Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Jouer, and today I want to create a look for you guys, which has been my go-to look for this starting season of summer, which is my bronzed look. So we can definitely go ahead and get started. And I have already primed my face, and a lot of the products that I will be using today is what I have received within the few months within my Box Heat Charm subscription. So what I used for primer today was the Luminizer primer by Dr. Brandt, and then I also used the Cover FX primer to cover the pores. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is pretty much just like do the little drops from MAC just to give you that dewy, glowy look. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and just do this right here. I'm just gonna put it all over my face. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out. And I do have combination skin, like more oily than dry, like on my T-zone area. But I am going to be using a matte primer today, which is the reason why I kind of want to put this underneath so that my skin is not so matte. But I also can't use a super dewy foundation because then I will look like a grease ball, and we don't want that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use this color corrector by LA Girl, and this is in the shade Peach Corrector. And you just need a little bit of this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take a blending brush. And now the foundation that I'm going to be using is this one right here by L'Oreal, which is by far my all-day foundation. Not all day, but like my everyday foundation. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that with my Beauty Blender. And this is in the shade 107 Fresh Beige. And I'm sorry if I keep looking down, you guys, but I do have a mirror right underneath me here, just so that I can make sure that everything's blending right. And I do like to blend it into my ears, just to make sure that everything is one shade. And I do love full coverage foundation, which is the reason why this is pretty much my everyday foundation. And as you can see, it does, I do have a lot of freckles, so it does cover all of my freckles actually. I actually like to take this on my lids as well. And then I'm gonna take it down on my neck as well. Alright, And now for concealer, I'm going to take this by Maybelline, and it's the Master Conceal, and this is in the shade Light. And here I take the other side as well, where I apply the foundation just so that everything can blend in and don't have any harsh lines around it. And now I'm going to take my translucent powder, which is this guy right here by Airspun, and I get this at Walgreens. It's by far my favorite translucent powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and bake under my eyes. This is like a must for me, just because, again, like I was telling you guys in the beginning, I have oily skin, and if I don't set my concealer like towards the middle of the day or like towards the end of the day, like you can kind of see like my concealer is already creasing. So I usually like to bake under my eyes, and I also like bake my nose area. So pretty much like my T-zone area is what I bake. So we're gonna take this around here like this, and then on the bridge of the nose, chin area here. Then I'm going to take my favorite face powder, which is also by L'Oreal, and it's the Infallible Pro-Matte powder. And this is in the shade, it's in 400. And there's pretty much anywhere that I used a liquid, I like to set it with a powder, to make sure that your makeup stays on for the entire day. And then now, to bronze, I'm going to use one of the items that I got in my previous BoxyCharm, which is this guy right here by Pure Cosmetics. And it's the Dreamer Bronze and Brighten palette, cheek palette. And I'm going to take the bronzy side right here. And I believe I also got this in a BoxyCharm box. It's a blush by Studiomakeup, and this is the Luminous. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's the Luminous loose brush, or blush. I'm sorry, I said brush. And a little bit of this goes a long way, like it's super pigmented. and then I'm gonna go back to the Pure palette here, and then now I'm gonna take the highlighter and I'm gonna highlight the highest points of my face. And then I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose, and for that I'm going to use my favorite drugstore product for that, which is the Wet n Wild contouring palette. As you can see, it is very well loved. And then I'm going to of course take the bronzing side and contour my nose. It's going to look harsh at first, but then I'll blend it towards the end. And this is a must for me just because I love the way my nose looks after it's contoured. And then apply this under my lip area. And then this will just help your bottom lip look a bit fuller than what it normally is. Alright, and then now I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. And this product I also got through one of my boxes. It's the MAC brow pencil, and this is in the shade Spiked. I like this because it gives you more of like a natural kind of look. So what I like to do is just hold the pencil up here so there isn't so much pressure on it, and you won't do your brows as harsh, especially when you're doing the front part of your brow. So I'm just going to go ahead and outline the bottom of my brow, and then in the front part you're just going to flick it upwards like if you're drawing some hairs. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a spoolie, and this I got in one of my boxes too, which is the spoolie from, is this Aesthetica? This guy right here. And then what the spoolie will do after you apply the product is it will kind of like blend the product into your brows, so your brows don't look as harsh. You don't want that. You still want your brows to look natural. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush like this. I think it's like a concealer brush. It doesn't have a name on it. And I'm going to take some of the concealer that I used before, and I'm just going to clean the bottom part of my brows. And then you can definitely use this as a base as well. I'm just going to blend that in with my finger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my eyelids as well, because they do get oily too, so we don't want the eyeshadow to crease. So I'm going to take the same translucent powder by Airspun, and then I'm just going to go ahead and set that concealer as well. And by setting your eyeshadow base, it would also help any other color that you apply on your lid blend easier. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take that same Wet n Wild contour palette, and I'm gonna use the bronzer for my eyes. Now I'm gonna use this as a transition shade. And then I'm gonna take, with the same brush, I'm gonna take this eyeshadow by Makeup Geek in the shade Chickadee. And it's more of a yellow orange undertone. Another shade that I'm going to use in the crease as well is the palette that we got in last month's box, which is from Alamar Cosmetics. And then I'm going to take the shade Coco Taxi. And while I'm here with this palette, I'm going to highlight my brow bone with the same palette with the shade La Costa. So I'll be using this under my brow and on my inner corner. Then now, I'm going to go ahead and take, I'm going back to that Pure palette again, the Pure Face palette, and I'm going to go back to this bronzing shade, and I'm actually going to use this shade as the shadow on that is going to go on my lid. Such a pretty bronzing shade. And then once you apply that with the brush, oh, and I'm sorry, actually the brush that I use is this guy right here by MAC, and it is the 242 flat brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that same shade, but I'm actually now gonna go ahead and take it with my finger, and I'm gonna apply that on my lid, just to intensify that shade. Okay. And now for my waterline, I'm going to take this eyeliner by MAC in the shade Costa Riche. And it's more of like a reddish brown shade, which goes really pretty with this look. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in to my Wet n Wild contour palette. And then I'm going to go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line. Now I kind of want to deepen out that lower lash line, so I'm going to go back into my Alamar Cosmetics palette, and then I'm going to use this shade right here, One Panamera. And then I'm going to go back into the same palette, and I'm going to go back to the shade right here, Cocoa Taxi. And I'm going to blend all those colors together right underneath here, just to kind of smoke out that lower lash line even more. So the eyes are pretty much done, you guys. I mean, it's just a very, very simple summer bronze look. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is clean up the outside here. And I'm going to take the same Airspun translucent powder with this brush here by Milky, which is the E470 brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this technique here. And then we're just going to leave that there, and then while that's in the process of cleaning, I'm going to take my mascara that I also got from one of my boxes, and this is the Double Decker Lashes by Butter London. So now that we're done with that, I'm gonna take my favorite brow product, which is this guy right here by Maybelline. and it is the Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer, and this is in the shade Deep Brown. And I really love this just because my brows are already full as it is, but I like it because they make them look fuller. And now I'm going to take my brush and just point off this part here. And then while we're doing that, this is something that I always do, is take the same face powder brush that we used in the beginning, and I just like to blend everything in, especially this nose contour. And this brush is by Real Techniques. Alright. So now moving on to the lips. I'm going to use my Eels lip balm. And then my lip liner by MAC, which is also very well loved, and this is in the shade Spice, as you can see. I think it's time for a new one. And then on top of that, I'm gonna take another lip product by MAC, which is this guy right here, and it is the Metro Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Lady Be Good. And then over that, I'm going to take this lip gloss here, which is from Jouer, and it is in the shade Rose Gold. It's actually one of their lip toppers. It's really, really pretty. And it smells so good. And now I'm going to go ahead and take the setting spray here by CoverFX, which I also received in one of my boxes. And it is the Illuminating Setting Spray. Just give it a little shake. And on top of that, I like to use also this setting spray by Pixi. And it is the Hydrating Milky Mist. And then what I'm going to do is go back to my very well loved beauty blender, and I'm just pretty much going to dab that powder in to kind of help it set my makeup. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and I applied my lashes. They are from Ardell, however I don't know what style they're in. But of course I will definitely go ahead and take a look into that and link it down below, as well as any other products that were used in this video. Also, I will go ahead and link my Instagram page down below, which is Makeup X Nat. So just make sure you go over there and follow my page. And also don't forget to give me a thumbs up in this video and subscribe to my channel for your support.